It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to Atlanta Hawks. Well, for Atlanta, they lost Game 1 in this matchup earlier this season. They'll see them 4 times in all, fulfilling their potential while others struggling out of the gate. Shaq, how big a deal are these initial outcomes?
Ernie, let me tell you something. I hated losing, period. Didn't matter if it was early, late, whatever. I expected to win every time out.
Well, the reality is you have 82 games. So if you get too high or too low in your little valleys or your peaks, you're going to be in big trouble.
It's game time in Boston as the crowds look to cheer on the Celtics. The Hawks here looking to pick up 1 on the road before returning to Atlanta. Well, guys, at this point, while still many things can change, the record is not.
The Hawks, they haven't gotten anything to go their way here early.
For a different look here. Spates checked in for Horford. Ken Bazemore comes in for Cephalosha. Freaks checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Jeff Teague. On the court right now for the Hawks, Glover in a 2-guard. Maurice Spates out there with Paul Millsap. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Bazemore at the 3 spot. Outer dishes to Sullinger. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Paul Millsap picks one up.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without foul.
We need to calm down. We're taking too many shots early in the clock. Let's get some ball movement and run something on the offensive end.
This season so far. 3rd spot, the Celtics.
I mean, terrific rim protection. I mean, they rotate and help on the inside as well as anybody. And, of course, you want to keep offenses on the outside shooting jump shots, and that continues to be the goal.
Kelly Olynyk checked in for Jared Sullinger.
You know, a team's rebounding is one of the great measures of its energy, and theirs has been terrific in the first quarter.
Yeah, they've brought it in terms of having another level of intensity right from the tip.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Brad Stevens. He told me they always have to be ready, especially against this team, because of their discipline and focus offensively. He said they can embarrass you if you're not attentive at the defensive end. We've got to stick to our principles and do all the little things at that end of the floor. Kevin, his team able to get the win in their last matchup. We'll see if they can get it done tonight.
Okay, thank you, Doris. What will you guys be looking for overall, defensively from this team, given they're facing such terrific shooters tonight?
It's going to have to be a total team effort, guys. I mean, you have to be ready to provide help defensively literally every moment you're on the floor.
Exactly. When it's a team that shoots it as well as they do, guys, I mean, one-on-one defense isn't enough. Everybody has to be tied together, rotating, helping, and very much aware of where the ball is.
Boston's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. They set the pick. Olynyk the pass to Smart.
Look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Boston. Off to a great start this season, currently in 2nd. And, of course, there's the Hawks, 3.5 back.
And if you look at the Hawks right now, they haven't made any of the strides they were hoping to see prior to the season. Again, hanging around at the bottom of the standings.
Yeah, it's full makeover time now, guys. I'm sure they've learned their lesson that this roster is not one that can sustain any kind of success in today's NBA.
Now here's Smart. Defense right on him. Johnson the screen. Smart kicks to Olynyk. That's good from 17 feet away. Olynyk's got his 2nd bucket tonight.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
Korver, good.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open.
season, Kevin. So let's take some time to look at where the Celtics sit right now. 3rd in blocks, 5th in steals. And they're right there, I mean, among the top 5 teams in second chance points. Doing a really good job of offensive rebounding and then being able to score the ball when they get that second chance.
And talking about the shot blocking ability, you love that mentality. No shot goes unchallenged around the rim. They make sure of that. You have to earn everything you get on the inside.
Johnson can't hit.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
Here's Glover. The shot misses, and it's Boston the other way. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was apparent how powerless the D was to stop it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, they just didn't have an answer for anything they threw at them.
The Hawks trail by 4. And here's Schroeder. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Bazemore dishes to Korver. Now here's Schroeder, guarded by Bradley. Baseline try. The rebound by the Celtics. Johnson's got his 3rd rebound on the night. And it's Bradley off the drive. It's hauled in by Glover. And Freaks agent in attendance at the game today, Dom Pagnotti, the famous Dom Pagnotti. You might hear stories positive and negative about him, but he has a lot of big-name clients, that's for sure, Clark.
Yep, and Freak is one name in a long list for Pagnotti. Some question his motives and how he gets deals done, but that's not for you and I to debate.
No.
You certainly can't argue with his results.
Well, you know him well. You call him DP. I just call him Dom. And you hear so often about work ethic of players, but Freak has put his money where his mouth is. He built a private gym at his house so he can put time in on the court, Clark, whenever he wants to.
Yeah, that's a good step. And Freak is well known to be a workout. Well, freak is probably the best way to say it. So that shouldn't come as any surprise.
Now here's Smart. Tight defense on him. Here's Johnson, and he uses the glass on the wing.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
Here's Spates. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
The Hawks have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
Guys, that says a lot about the poise of this team. I mean, they've been so calm, cool, and consistent at the stripe this year. I mean, that's impressive.
Crowder. No good. And that concludes the... And Amir Johnson re-signed in Toronto. He's been a big part of this team for years, and he talked...
Almost like a soccer atmosphere.
How do fans south of the border in the U.S. are surprised when they learn how passionate, Clark, the fans in Toronto can be?
You know, Kevin, that's so true. I mean, when they get it going at the Air Canada Center, that place rocks. And it's great to hear Amir talk about how that pumps him up and makes him want to do it for Canada.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Celtics.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
Yeah, another thing they've done well, guys, a lot of steals in the first half. Really getting after it defensively.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court right now for the Hawks, Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Freak is out there with Teague, and it's Cephalosha in at the small forward spot.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want. Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
The Hawks shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. Jared Sullinger's checked in for Tyler Zeller. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Celtics leading by 4. Outside Bradley. Dishes it to Turner. Pass to Mickey. 6 to shoot. The Celtics need to get a shot off. Bradley misses the 3.
He's yet to make an impact from the field, but his team is taking care of business.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Trailblazers made some major contributions. He dropped 14 points and hit the glass as well, coming away with 9 rebounds. Perhaps a performance like this can get his team on the same page and turn around their fortunes.
And Doris, thank you so much. He couldn't have been much better in that game, could he, G.A.?
Not at all. He was great. I mean, that's for sure. If he wasn't at his best, it was awfully close.
Guys, he came to compete and win. Let's hope he's got that same attitude, that same energy, that same swag here tonight.
Feeds it to T. Got a piece of it. And it's Turner off the drive. Sullinger outside. Doubled by Glover. Pass to Mickey. Lets it go from 11. The shot is off. Some solid defense there from Glover. The Hawks trail by 5. Outside Teague. Glover the pass to Millsap. Rebound Boston.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Turner with it. Picked up by Teague. Outside Turner. Sullinger a screen on Teague. And Turner kicks to Sullinger. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
Celtics have shot 4 of 7 as a team from the line tonight. Several misses earlier. Atlanta's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Millsap a screen. Over to the wing. Freak kicks to Millsap. They swipe it. Now Smart. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Pass to Mickey. The dish to Bradley. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. And the Celtics lead by 10.
The entire defense was frozen-footed. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
In the corner, it's Freak. To the paint, and stolen by Zeller. 55 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Pass to Mickey. Spates with the block. Schroeder up top, guarded by Bradley. Here's Millsap. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Millsap's got 12 points in the game.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Smart dishes to Crowder. There's the pass to Zeller. Puts it up from 15. It's hauled in by Glover. Freak's got his 3rd rebound on the night. To the inside. Bazemore passes to Millsap. Spates sets a screen. Intercepted. Bradley. And that's not going to go. And so that's the end of the first half. And the third quarter about ready to get underway.
Talk about being on his game. Look at the numbers for Olay.
And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Spates checked in for Millsap. Korver comes in for Cephalosha. Freaks checked in for Hardaway. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Jeff Teague. Evan Turner is out there with Bradley. Then it's Johnson. Then it's Olynyk. That's the Boston 5. Johnson outside. Just 4 to shoot. Kicks to Olynyk. Nice ball movement by Boston. And that one's good. Turner's got 5 points so far.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Down low, here's Schroeder, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
And exactly what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. Just more of the same.
Jay Crowder's checked in for Boston. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Bazemore is checked in. Passes it to Bradley. Johnson the screen. And Turner kicks to Crowder. For 3. Rebounded by the Hawks. Spades has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Spades with a screen on Turner. To the left wing. Pass to Glover. Inside. Here's Bazemore. The shot is off. Good work defensively by Turner. The Atlanta Hawks come into this one following a loss to Portland.
And I don't care how much you grind it out defensively. When you shoot it that poorly, you're going to struggle to win games.
Well, it's not only going to be a struggle, it's going to be virtually impossible if you shoot as poorly as they did.
To the right side. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
And I'm here to check out the numbers for Bradley. 19th in steals, and he's among the top 20 players in three-point field goal percentage. He has been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, and he's one of the better steals guys in the league. I mean, constantly getting his hands in there. As a ball handler, you've got to respect him always.
Zeller, who's checked in for Kelly Olynyk.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
Bazemore dishes to Freak. He kicks to Bazemore. Out to the right wing. And it's Freak missing.
Yeah, good tough D there to get a hand up and force that miss.
That's example number 1 of why he is such a strong defensive player and why he has such a great defensive reputation.
Passes to Spades. He feeds it to Bazemore. There's a good screen. Spades kicks to Freak. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Boston leading by 11. Turner dishes to Zeller. Picked by Zeller. Bradley drives in, and Tyler Zeller's going to pick up the foul. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2.
Here we go, Boston. Now coming up the court are your Celtics dancers. Give it up.
Let's check out the leaders in field goal percentage as a team. In the 3rd spot, the Hawks.
So patient on the offensive end. I mean, they're not going to force shots, and it's that selectiveness that's yielded such an impressive field goal percentage.
Freak with it. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. The 3. Evan Turner grabs the board. Turner's got 7 rebounds in the game.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Celtics.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they've forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply.
Bazemore passes to Glover. To the middle, looking to end the drought, and the layup is up and in.
That's really told the story today, guys. I mean, throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and then finish.
More active and more physical down low. That's what's really been the difference thus far.
We got to be more physical on defense.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Hey, guys. Well, Brad Stevens had some advice for the team over that last break. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Johnson. Coach reminded them that he is supposed to be the key factor tonight, and he still wants to see that happen. Probably a good time to make some changes with a good chunk of the second half still to go, Kevin.
And thank you for that, Doris.
Sticking too much.
To the inside, shoots from 12, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Yeah, it's just a smart shot, taking advantage of the mismatch.
Well, with a stroke like that and the height advantage as well, the mid-range J is almost a gimme.
Here's Crowder. Busted. No good that time either.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
Here's Glover. Again, the Hawks good for 2. Celtics leading by 7. Now here's Turner. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Turner's got 7 points.
And that's just showing off right there, guys. I mean, he is too good with that crossover.
And stolen by Zeller. There's the feed to Crowder. Here's Bradley. 9 points in the game so far. Pick by Zeller. Shot off the pick. They get the rebound. Misses there. The third quarter comes. The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. Some changes for Boston. Kelly Olynyk checked in for Avery Bradley. And it's Johnson in for Marcus Smart. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Freaks checked in for Hardaway. On the court for Atlanta, Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. Teague out there with Freak, and it's Cephalosha in at the 3. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Crowder kicks to Sullinger. No good on the 3.
And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball.
There's a screen. And Teague, here we go. Good.
They're shooting it quite well now. Again, function of shot selection, ball movement. Guys are in rhythm, confident, free-flowing, and they're knocking down their shots.
Here's Olynyk. Slides through for his 7th basket in 11 tries. And here is Teague.
Got it. Let's get the ball inside.
To the left wing, and a wide open look for Freak. And yep, couple bounces, and it falls.
He's yours.
Celtics leading by 3. Now Crowder. They set the screen.
That's really a tough call. One you don't like to see, but it was called, and now he's got to really make sure that he's on top of his game here in regards to not picking up another foul. That was his 5th right there.
Boston making some changes. Turner's checked in for Johnson. Avery Bradley comes in, and Smart subbed in for Jay Crowder. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for the Hawks.
You know, you've got to like the fact that they're getting to the line. And on top of that, they're making their free throws in this half. That bodes well going forward.
The Celtics have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the 4th, and even 50%. Olynyk with it. He dishes it to Turner. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them. Checking out the game Evan Turner is having. He has 9 rebounds and 5 assists. He's been tough on the inside and displayed great vision with his passing, too.
And you know what? He is the total package today, giving them a little bit of everything.
Boston making a switch here. Nicky's checked in. Dishes it to Freak. Feeds to Millsap. It's stolen by Bradley. To the wing on the left. Now here's Smart. He's guarded by Schroeder. Smart misses.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
That's his second team foul. At the line for the Celtics.
Free throw good. Freak. And both free throws good from Freak. Now here's Turner. There's the dish to Sullinger. Back to Turner. Nice pass. Right under the rack perfectly for the layup. Turner's got 4 points now in the quarter. The Hawks trail by 7.
You got it. Let's get the ball inside.
Schroeder passes to Glover. Down low. Millsap cannot hit. Now Boston takes it the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backcourt.
Greg, and that's been the key to this lead. I mean, they've really dominated the glass. He hasn't really done much on the offensive end, but he's worked within the team concept to help them get the lead. He's done some other things other than scoring to help his team get the lead here.
Schroeder kicks to Millsap. He got right to the cup using that screen.
Now, how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Smart dishes to Sullinger. They double him with Freak. Bradley, no one around him. And Horford pulls it down.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
Now here's Schroeder, guarded closely. And the shot is good. Now just a 4-point Boston lead.
What a time for him to step up. Big 3 right there.
Smart passes to Sullinger from 15 feet away. And Sullinger missing. Atlanta's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the 4th. Cephalosha kicks it over to Schroeder. Cephalosha dishes to Freak. Cephalosha passes to Glover. Connects! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
That was massive.
You know it. He's stepping right into the spotlight there.
Smart kicks to Sullinger. Yes! Here's Atlanta. Here's Schroeder. It falls! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
High drama here, guys. I mean, they've managed to get hot just when it looked like this thing was out of reach.
And what a huge injection of energy they got here in crunch time. Suddenly, they're an offensive juggernaut.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Millsap kicks to Freak to take the lead. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but at least they did get the clock stopped. That is the one saving grace of that situation.
And that's big there. Once he got the opportunity to get to the line and take the lead, you have got to convert.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Let's spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Outside Turner. for three. Misses the three. And so it's the Hawks who come out on top. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. And standing by for the postgame show, let's head over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Al Horford. He had an outstanding fourth quarter where he really shined, pouring it on heavy down the stretch.
Boom, boom, boom. That's right, Ernie. Instruments. This guy was instrumental tonight in making sure they avoided a second straight loss. They needed somebody to step up tonight, and he was their guy.
When you're having a night shooting in the high 50s, you're being efficient with your shot selection. He played smart basketball tonight, really made each possession count. He was the difference maker.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
With the Diesel and the Jet, this is Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the Atlanta Hawks going up against the Toronto Raptors. For Toronto, 5-5 over their last 10 games, but they're not satisfied with 500 ball. Looking to tack one onto the win tally tonight. And guys, still some time left till tip-off. Let's talk scoring. Kenny, how did you look to establish yourself at that end of the floor, and when did you know you were in for a big night?
Well, for me, it was just about getting the basketball in the right areas of the floor, either off the dribble or off the pass. So if I knew if I got to certain areas of the floor, I was going to be able to score and have a big night. The defense tried to dictate that, but you have to try to dictate it and overpower that mentally.
Well, I wanted to go out and average 28-10. So 28 divided by 4 quarters, 7 points a quarter. My goal was to be on the attack, try to get to the rim every time, hit as many free throws as I could. And if I had double digits after the first quarter, it's over. The diesel will come. It smells blood.
So just 7 points a quarter. That's all you were looking for.
Yes.
And how many rebounds per quarter were you looking for?
4.
But that gives you 16 rebounds instead of 10.
I smell blood, Ernie.
I'm going to change the subject. That's it
Shaq
for now. Thanks for tuning in.
Shaq it up.
Leave me
Shaq
alone.
it up.
Hands off. Kenny, help.
Help!
Welcome, everyone, to Phillips Arena. We're in Atlanta, Georgia, the home of the Hawks, where we'll be broadcasting live today. Thanks for tuning in, everyone, to this broadcast of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Joining me, Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and courtside. Oh, for a different look here. Spates checked in for Horford. Ken Bazemore comes in for Cephalosha. Freaks. Kyle Korver, and it's Teagan for Dennis Schroeder. And Toronto will go for a different look here. Biyombo is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Patterson comes in for Lee. Powell, he's checked in for Ross. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Kyle Lowry. So for Toronto right now. And there's Bismack Biyombo, and it's Patterson in at the power forward. The Hawks trail by 9. Teague dishes to Freak. A baseline J. Here's Spates. It's hauled in by the Raptors. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have.
Toronto shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. The free throw drops for Biyombo. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time.
And they've been the more physical team offensively, seeking contact, looking to score in the lane, and getting to the line.
A big disparity in the free throws, and that's been a big boost to their offense.
The Hawks shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
2 shots.
And the second free throw, good. Raptors leading by 9. We'll go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Dwayne Casey. What's the news, Doris?
We talked about the keys to this game, and he singled out Paul Millsap as a player they've simply got to be mindful of. Coach told me he's always been an energy guy, someone you have to locate and box out every possession. But he's developed his offensive game to the point where he's more than just a hustle guy. He's also a scoring threat now, and a guy we can't leave open. They'll be watching him, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
Now, here's Joseph. He's covered closely. Pass to DeRozan. Patterson, the screen. Shot clock at 6. And again, Toronto no luck.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Millsap kicks to Freak. Bounces high off the rim and drops. And now it's only a 5-point Toronto lead. And for Atlanta, they come in off a good outing against the Boston Celtics.
And believe it or not, it wasn't the stars that led the charge for them in that win. It was about the role players. I mean, the guys who they don't usually count on for the lion's share of their points came through.
Guys, simply a complete team performance, and road wins where everybody contributes really can galvanize a team and bring it together.
Outside Teague to the middle. And there's Millsap. That's good on the assist by Teague.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter.
Outside DeRozan. From past the arc. DeRozan can't get that one to fall. The Hawks trail by 3. And Bazemore kicks to Teague. Inside. And Spates gets it to go. Spates has got his second basket of the night.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Patterson passes to Joseph. Outside DeRozan. And the shot is good. DeRozan's got 10 points in the game.
And he's starting to...
Oh, no. Bad time to slip up there, Kevin. They got to stay focused.
And taking a technical there is the last thing you want to do. The opposite of smart basketball.
For Toronto, they have shot 67% from the line tonight, going 4-6.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year. But just a tad worse, so not too bad.
Well, among the centers and power forwards of the NBA, these are the players with the softest touch around the bucket. Some terrific shooting percentages for the big men. Maurice Spates third. In fourth position, Al Horford.
And it's one thing to be able to create high-quality shots for yourself, but you still have to finish. And there's no doubt all those guys can do both.
Yes, sir. I mean, these guys make the most of every one of their easy opportunities. Missing layups is simply not part of their routine.
They grab their own miss. DeRozan dishes to Patterson. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Outside Teague. 41 seconds left to play in the first. Love it. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. He's made 1 and missed 1 so far in the game. And he knocks down the first one. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Kent Bazemore. And he can't hit the second.
And already we've got a very lopsided edge on the board for them.
Yeah, +5. As you mentioned, that didn't take very long, did it?
Biyombo down low. Guarded by Hardaway. The shot misses. The Hawks trail by 3. Outside Teague. They set the pick. In the corner, it's Freak. And it comes off the rim with a high bounce. At the end of 1, a closely contested game so far. Raptors lead by 3. 2K Sports back in a moment here at Phillips Arena in Atlanta. And power forward Patrick Patterson, getting better every season. He said that his college career at Kentucky... Patterson, Clark, exactly the guy he says he is, and that's why he's... And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Spates checked in for Millsap. Kent Bazemore comes in for Cephalosha. Freaks checked in for Hardaway. And it's Teague in for Dennis Schroeder. And Toronto will go for a different look here. Biyombo is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Patterson comes in for Lee. Powell, he's checked in for Ross. And it's DeRozan in for Corey Joseph. So the Raptors 5 right now. Lowry and DeRozan are the guard tandem. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Patrick Patterson. And it's Powell in at the small forward position. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for Toronto?
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
You know, another thing they've done well, guys, this first half is challenge shooters and change shots. A bunch of block shots early.
Horford kicks to Freak. Wants to get it to Spades and does. Misses from short range.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Lowry against T. Lowry passes to Patterson. Down low, Powell dishes to Biyombo. Puts it up from 12. That one rolling around and rims out. The Hawks trail by 10. Freak sets a screen for T. Out to the right wing. Passes it to Bazemore. Right side Teague. His first shot coming late. Can't hit. And Toronto will go the other way with it. And Speights gets it to go.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
To the paint and stolen by Speights. Teague against Lowry. The pass to Speights. Speights off the pick from Glover. Teagues it to Bazemore. To the middle. And it's Freak missing.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Back to Lowry. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. Patterson's got the lead up to 10 now for the Raptors.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Outside T. Here's the screen. He kicks it to Freak. Dishes it to Speights. 5 to shoot. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. We've got 1:48 left now here in the second. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Celtics gave his team an edge. He picked up 12 points and did a lot of his work from the charity stripe, getting to the foul line over and over. A performance like this was just the trick his team needed to snap their losing streak.
Thanks, Doris. He had a heck of an outing that night, GA.
Yeah, he really did, Kevin. I mean, a very professional performance. Played hard every single second he was on the court.
Guys, that's what we expect from him, and he rarely lets us down, and he certainly didn't let us down that night.
There's 1:34 left to play here in the half. Here's Teague. He had 10 points in the win against Boston.
And also give him credit for his ability to pass the basketball. He was always looking for the open man.
Here is Lowry. He dishes it to Powell. Here's the screen. And he makes good on the layup. And the Raptors lead by 10.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
Teague, the pass to Glover. Nice work there coming off the screen. Freak's got 6 points.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of him.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Lowry drawing the double team. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Biyombo's got the lead, back up to 10 now for the Raptors. Atlanta's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Speights dishes to Freak. That ball is in the basket. Now he's shot 6 and made 3 of them.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
That's good.
And fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number 1.
Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
Yeah, gotta love this teamwork. I mean, everybody's involved and engaged. It's just a thing of beauty to watch.
It is, and Clark, that's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
And that does it for the first half of play. It's the Raptors. They're up by 8. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Hey, Kevin. Well, see, obviously it's early in the season, but how would you say this team is shaping up in terms of its chemistry and personnel-wise?
I love our guys. We have a great group of young men that are competing hard, and it feels good because I know our guys are totally engaged and focused and giving us what they have.
Coach, thank you so much. Over to you guys.
Thank you for the great interview, Doris. We'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
Hey, fellas, let's go over what happened in the first half. It wasn't what we had in mind, but there's plenty of time to get things straightened out. Nice energy you showed defensively. The steals kept coming. I want you guys to have that same nose for the ball in the second half. Don't be afraid to take a few chances, even if it means risking a foul call. On a good note, our passing has been very smooth. You set each other up with some really nice assists. That's strong team basketball. Let's keep it up. And don't worry too much about our tempo this half. We'll take what the defense gives us, whether it's on the break or on the half-court set. I do not want to see a repeat of those first 2 quarters. Let's play like the team we are, not the team we were in the first half. I don't know who that was, but it's not us.
And now, your Atlanta Hawks.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. A fantastic game from DeMar DeRozan so far.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
Spates checked in for Horford. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Cephalosha. And Freak subbed in for Kyle Korver. Glover in at shooting guard. Hardaway is out there with Paul Millsap. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Spates in at the 5. So that's the lineup for Atlanta.
You got it. Get the ball inside.
Schroeder with the ball. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Powell kicks to Biyombo. Here's Valanciunas. Plays it up and banks it in. And it's a 12-point Raptor lead.
No matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball in the paint.
And it's a big key thus far in this game, Clark, because whenever they've gotten the ball in the paint, good things have happened.
Here's Joseph, and count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Raptors.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, and also the way they've been able to generate points off of the turnovers that they forced tonight has also helped.
And the Hawks making a change here. Teague's checked in.
And with the chance, let's take a look now at the numbers for Joseph. He's averaging 7 points a game, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
You know, the scheme just seems to run much more smoothly when he's in the game because he knows where everybody is at all times. Really an extraordinary game for Speights. He has 12 points and 2 rejections. What a force he's been in the paint.
And he's gotten himself into the air, Clark, so often, blocking shots and getting rebounds.
Patterson passes to Ross. Clock at 6. Back to Patterson. Here's Powell. And again, Toronto no up.
Boy, in the film session, they'll say that was a well-challenged shot.
And it's Freak missing. Raptors leading by 12. And Patterson kicks to Ross. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. The Raptors have been shooting right around 75% at the line. 9 of 12 so far. And the first one drops.
At the line for 2.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Atlanta's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Speights kicks to Teague. Freak sets a screen for Teague. Out to Hardaway, takes a 3, and that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got 4 assists now tonight.
And really, the defense didn't do a lot to fight around that screen on that possession.
Patterson, the screen, feeds to Powell. Ross on the wing. Now here's Joseph. Teague covering. Joseph dishes to Patterson. Lets the 3 fly. The Raptors rebound.
There's another opportunity, and everything's going right for these guys.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And Joseph kicks the Powell. And it's sent back by Speights. And here is Teague. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And the foul called on Bismack Biyombo. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Horford comes in for Maurice Speights. And it's Kent Bazemore in for Hardaway. Now here's Freak. 8 points for him. The feed to Joseph. The dish to Patterson. Kicks it to Powell. He feeds it to Ross. Pass to Biyombo. 4 on the clock. And again, no good by Toronto. The Hawks trail by 10. And Bazemore kicks to Teague. Got a hand on it, and he recovers it. Here's Bazemore. Here's Glover. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Passes it to Patterson. Rejected by Millsap. Now here comes Teague, leading the break. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Teague's got his first basket of the night. Raptors leading by 8. And Joseph kicks to Ross. 1:11 left to play in the third. Now here's Joseph. Tight defense on him. Inside. Here's Biyombo. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Teague against Ross. Glover the pass to Teague. Millsap has the open look. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got his 5th assist in this one.
And with the time left, they still can go 2 for 1.
Boy, they've got to do it fast. They must hurry from here.
Over to the left wing. They set the screen. Powell dishes to Ross. And the shot falls short this time.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Horford kicks to Freak. Now the pass to Millsap. Double team on Millsap. And there's a whistle that goes on. So for the Hawks, Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for Kent Bazemore. Freak comes in for Kyle Korver. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for T. Raptors also changing it up. Valanciunas, he's checked in for Biyombo. And Lee's subbed in for Joseph. So for Toronto right now, the star pair of Lowry and DeRozan are the guards. Patterson is the 4 with Valanciunas in the middle. And it's Lee in at the 3, the small forward. Schroeder passes to Glover. Dishes to Schroeder. Horford with the screen on Lowry. Shot is good, and the Toronto lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Schroeder.
A nice run they put together here to bring it a little closer.
Yeah, they got hot, and I didn't think I'd be saying this a little while ago, but now this game's up for grabs.
And that one's good. 22 points for DeMar DeRozan.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Schroeder kicks to Freak. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got 14 rebounds tonight, going after it. Outside Lowry. Pass to DeRozan. Valanciunas dishes to Lee. He kicks it to DeRozan. Here's Patterson. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
And Patterson drops them both.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Schroeder passes to Glover. He dishes it to Horford. To the inside. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. 10 points for Freak.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Valanciunas sets a screen for DeRozan. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And the Raptors making a change here. Ross is checked in. Schroeder kicks to Freak. He wants to get
me a bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at him.
Ross with a wide open look. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got 6 assists here tonight.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Feeds to Millsap. There's the dish to Freak. It's deflected. Millsap, and he banks in the layup. Millsap's got 4 this quarter.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
And really, there is no resistance defensively right now. It is just far too easy.
Oh, and the jam by DeRozan.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now, they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Millsap. Atlanta making a switch here. Korver's checked in. Bazemore's checked in for the Hawks. Freak comes in for Kyle Korver. And then for Toronto, Patrick Patterson. He's checked in for Terrence Ross. And it's Joseph in for DeMar DeRozan. Now, Freak. Millsap a screen. Freak with it. Picked up by Joseph. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. That's good.
Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage in size.
Picked by Lee. To the inside. Rejected by Millsap. Now here's Schroeder. Now recovering. Here's Glover. Oh, jams it right over Valanciunas. What?
And you talk about momentum. That sort of action delivers a type of energy to your team that you just can't quantify.
You know what? I'm going to quantify it right now, Clark. And this is a close game, and that was something special.
And really,
Good try.
in a game, you guys, in a game like this, though.
We're playing too much on the perimeter. Let's look to dump the ball inside.
And boy, did ever on that play.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
During that break, Dwayne Casey had some words for his team. His advice clear-cut. I want to see you playing to win, not playing not to lose. I don't care what the lead is. We do not back off.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
The Hawks trail by 5.
Got it. Put the ball inside.
1:25 left to play here in the fourth. Freak dishes to Cephalosha. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
You never want to point the finger at one person in a team game as to why a team is struggling, but his 5 turnovers have slowed down what the offense has tried to do.
On the wing, DeRozan. Shot from 16. Again, Toronto.
I don't think they can ask much more of him than what he's done this quarter.
Okay, Atlanta, let's keep it going for your very own Atlanta Hawks cheerleaders.
We've got 1:08 left in the fourth. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Yeah, how about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
Yeah, we call that playing through the whistle. You know, he didn't give up on it when he heard the whistle. He kept his focus, his concentration, and he found a way to get the shot up and down.
Lowry passes to DeRozan. The feed to Valanciunas. That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
And such a steady hand. I mean, he's one of those guys that's really allowed them to take the lead.
Well, he's just so reliable and dependable and consistent, especially here today. I mean, his shooting percentage is off the charts.
There's 45 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Lowry with the ball. Screened by Valanciunas. Lowry kicks to Valanciunas. That's good. And now it's a 9-point Toronto lead.
Well, if it wasn't out of reach, it is now, thanks to that last little spurt.
And why put the brakes on now? I just say keep on letting it fly.
Horford. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
Well, he's an undersized center, but he more than makes up for it with some serious leaping ability.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock.
Tell you what, guys, his size really comes into play when there's a rebound battle going on. He's got an advantage in there.
And here's Freak. Fires from 18. No luck.
And nothing fancy, really, about that play. That's just good old-fashioned, hard-nosed basketball to get that one.
And so it's Toronto winning this one. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Kyle, congratulations.
The 2K Sports postgame show.